have your line across the page. This is going to help to keep your eyes on the same plane. Most people's eyes are on the same imaginary line. Draw your eye shape. Now, your iris and your pupil are both circles. Your iris is the colored part, and the pupil is the black part that lets light in your eyes so you can see. Excuse me. The iris takes up about half of your eye, meaning the white part of your eye, not including your tear duct. And then make sure that your pupil is centered within your iris. In the inside corner of your eye is your tear duct. Kind of comes in like that. On the bottom line, you're going to have a double line. You look in the mirror, you can see that shelf of your lower lid. It's not, your eyelids have some thickness to them, so you can see that. Above your eye is the crease. This is where your upper lid goes back underneath your brow. This is going to vary the shape from person to person, how far away it is from your eye, and the shape. When you do your eyelashes, they don't just come straight up. They kind of come down a little bit off your upper lid and then go up like a check. They don't start all the way in the middle, all the way in the corner where your tear duct is. Like this. So they come down a little bit first. And then your lower lashes work off the outside, bottom edge here of your lower lid, and they also pop up a little bit. On the outside, they go in one direction, and they kind of change directions as they work towards the inner part of your eye. That's the basics of your eye. So we have our upper lid, the crease, the shelf of your lower lid, your pupil, the iris, and your tear duct. Now we're going to draw the other eye and we're going to shade that out. Your eyes are one full eye width apart. So when you go to draw the other eye, measure it. You see that's about how far away that one is. And then let's draw. So my eye should be roughly, the second eye should be there. Now make sure when you draw your iris that it's in the same space. Your eyes work together. So if you have your draw it so this iris is over here, it's looking in that direction. This one needs to also be over here looking in that direction. They work together. Okay, that's very, very important. The first thing I like to do is color in my pupil. Your pupils are black. They should be pretty dark. Notice I haven't drawn my eyelashes yet. Please leave your eyelashes to the very, very end. Otherwise, as you shade, you're going to shade right over them and you're going to have to redo them, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay? Now your iris is made up of cones. And the cones radiate out from your center. Now, the color in your eye, it tends to be darker towards the outside. I sometimes come in and I shade a little bit. I add a little bit more. Those lines like that. Sometimes I come in and, depending upon the eye color, I erase a little bit towards the inside like that. I like to clean up my edges here. And usually your iris, there's a highlight. The highlight's going to vary in position depending upon where your light is coming from. But for today, I'm going to erase it right here. Usually goes over a little bit into your pupil. Sometimes there's one on this side. This is going to help give a little more life to your eye. Next thing I like to shade is the white of my eyes. Now we know they're white, but as your eyes go back into your head, there's going to be some shading to make them look like they're round. So on the inside, and notice there's this line here between the white of my eye and my tear duct. I'm going to add just a little bit of shading and I'm going to fade out like this. I'm going to do that on this side as well. Not very dark. Just enough to give me, and push that eye, make it look rounded. I'm going to add some shading into my tear duct. I'm going to leave a little highlight. Now I'm going to go to the outside of my eye. I'm going to shade right up to my crease, underneath my crease. I'm going to fade out a little bit as I get close to my eye. I'm going to shade up to that bottom line in my lower lid, not very dark. Shade a little bit here by the outside of my eye. I want to make sure that that lower lid is a light value. I'm going to come back in with my eraser and erase any marks I've made within that lower lid. If you look in the mirror, you will be able to see that lower lid there. Next, the last part of my shading, your eyelashes and your upper lid leave a shadow on the top of your eyeball. So right underneath that line that is my upper lid, I'm going to come in and go right over my iris, all the way from the inside corner. I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow, just like that. And lastly, I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw my eyelashes. Remember, they come down first. Over the eye. And you probably want to try and make sure your pencil's sharp. You don't want thick, clumpy lashes. And from my outer, or the outside edge of my lower lid, I'm going to draw my lower lashes. Okay. And then after that, you can add your eyebrow. The hair in your eyebrow goes in a certain direction. Please don't draw it as one big solid. You need a little shading up there. You can have some shading up there. And that's the basics of your eye. Just make sure everything's nice and clean.